Alas, I am returned. Hey friends, how we doing? Welcome back for Elden Ring. If you haven't seen these before, we are currently on the 18th playthrough of the Elden Ring A-Z. This is a challenge in which I'm trying to beat Elden Ring with every weapon in alphabetical order from a fresh character each time. And our latest is Barbara Ann, wielder of the Barbed Staff-Spear, which looks appropriately Christmassy, I think. So, yeah, this is going to be my last Elden Ring stream before we take a break for the holidays. And I need to go and find some talismans. I think the first place we're going to go is back to the DLC to get the two-handed sword talisman, which will be very quick because I know where that is. And we've already been there. That is my regular shopping list, not my Elden Ring shopping list. There we go. Okay, so let's head back to the Land of Shadow. We're going to Templetown Ruins. We're going to get the we're going to get the two-handed sword talisman from here. And then a lot of the stuff we're going to get from there is really going to be about getting potentially blood loss, because this thing does do bleed damage, interestingly enough. So raising our damage with blood loss will be a useful addition that we can make. We're going to get the spear talisman because this is a thrusting weapon, and that's going to be useful for counter-attacking. And then we're going to get the Lord of Blood's Exaltation and maybe a couple of others that will help with our incantations if we want to support with those. We'll also try and get the incantations that boost melee attack, because I do want to make this a melee attack build. And around here, we get one of these guys. Who gets to kick us a lot. And I need to make sure I can heal. So I've been playing around with the moveset that this thing has. We're just going to respawn at the stake. It's got a pretty effective charge attack. Like a running heavy does like a 3-hit charging lunge, which I think is going to be pretty useful at like proccing bleed. I don't know which side of the Templetown Ruins I am now. Oh, right, I'm over there. Yeah, we'll see how we do. I can just skip past that guy, but I sort of want to fight him. Just as a bit of a warm-up. Might be the hardest enemy we fight the whole stream. We can still use Torrent for the entirety of this structure too, so I could just run past him on the horse, but I have a feeling he's a pretty hefty opponent to try and parkour past. So let's grab our runes here. See, you get a 3-hit out of that. Only problem is this guy is otherwise a little intense. I still get my sea legs again. But yeah, these horned warriors are always a bit rough. I'll tell you what I do like. I do like the armor that we ended up getting from the Mesmer soldiers. Like, between that and the gold hair, it feels like it's got this sort of elven look to it, which I find quite appealing. Which way am I going? Doesn't really matter. This guy with the machete will still try and lunge at me. Yeah, 3 hits not quite enough on that guy, no. We can certainly get back there faster if we use Torrent. Get back to where my runes lay on the ground. Yeah, getting locked into that animation. Also kind of scary when this guy has a lot of poise. These are basically the Crucible Knights of the DLC. Maybe we'll just jump past him. I have done a bit of leveling between streams as well, but that's mainly putting points into faith rather than like strength or anything that would give me physical resistance. So I have 66 faith now. I'm still on 40 vigor, but you really need like 60 for some of the enemies in the DLC to not one-shot you. 60 is the point where it hard caps and you only get like a couple of HP per level up after that. So yeah, we're not as healthy as we could be for this area, and certainly not as heavily defended. I think I'm probably going to put some points into endurance, both for a little extra stamina and also equip load, so I can maybe gear up with some slightly heavier armor. I like this chest piece, but I might try for some like leggings and gauntlets that are a bit more defensive than what I have right now, which is Dryleaf Dane's armor and leg wraps. So this is the way we can get around this guy, although he is going to try and come after me in here. But that's what we wanted anyway, so we can get out of here at this point. Unless... the thrust kick is a lot, I'll tell you that. Well, that's 2,000 runes. What else do we need them for? Let's go back to the last site of grace. We'll warp away. And then, yeah, next up, Spear Talisman. We can also get the Faithful's Canvas Talisman if we want to up our incantation damage. Yes, Robbie, we got the spear on Tuesday, yeah. Yeah, after fighting Jory for about 90 minutes, we managed it. In case anyone's concerned about the VODs expiring, by the way, I have now uploaded everything but this run to YouTube. I just need to do all like the thumbnails and stuff for it. But as you can see, this weapon works out reasonably well against at least combatants here in Liurnia, although these are pretty early game enemies as of right now. I think the crystal cave is like here. Yeah, there we go. I figured out the trick to finding this place after 800 hours is that you run down here until you see crystals, and then you find yourself in the crystal cave. We don't need this. Arteria leaf in that chest, I'm pretty sure. So we're, yeah, pretty high level as far as base game stuff goes, but fighting some of the tougher enemies in the DLC is not going to be my best time. Not my finest hour, especially not really knowing this weapon all that well. So we'll swap that for Ritual Sword since I will be taking damage. I have right now, in fact. This guy has like 1 HP left, so... not the most challenging of enemies. The R1 on this is just a really straightforward thrust. The running R2 is that, like, stagger forward, charge, and then thrust. The running R1 is just a straight thrust. The standing R2, or the non-sprinting R2, is a swing and then a follow-up swing, which is pretty slow. It has a roll and swipe, which I think I'm probably going to use a lot in some of the later fights with, like, Godfrey, where you have to do a lot of rolling and then counter-attacking. As far as like flasks and stuff go, we're at plus 10 right now. We could probably do with some more Crimson Flasks and everything. We fought Radahn already. We fought Mohg already. We've been back to Round Table Hold to get our Talisman Pouch. We need a third one. Which means we need to go and fight Godfrey. But we're in Lanedale and stuff, obviously, so the next big fight there is Morgott. We could go into the sewers now to try and get Lord of Blood's Exaltation. The other thing we could do is get Radagon Icon, so that we don't have to worry too much about casting time for our incantations, but I think that's maybe the least of our concerns at this point. So I think we're going to go in and just do Lanedale and see how far we get there. West Capital Rampart is going to take us up towards Godfrey and Morgott. And yeah, we'll see how things go from there. I imagine with this being a faith-based weapon, it's going to kind of suck at endgame. But as far as, yeah, it does a lot of holy damage, it does a decent amount of physical. We'll see how we get on. Might just have to be something that we pace ourselves with, you know? I also need to see how many golden seeds I have. I just have the one, okay. Well, let's see how we do against Gargoyle here. I also don't know how this thing does in terms of, like, poise damage. Oh yeah, I can't hit him when he's standing above me like that, of course. Oh yeah, I always roll that one too early. Right. Yeah, getting used to the spear moveset. I think the R2 on this one is only a few spears have it, but this is an odd one. Now, is he going to be mad at me? Drank a random flask for no reason. Is he going to be mad at me if I do this again? I can do a little bit of it early damage that way. Let's grab the runes. Oh! I thought for a second he hit one of the other guys and then ended up hitting me twice. Well, surprising amount of early deaths in this one, but we will persevere. We will manage. I also haven't upgraded the finger seal basically at all. So I feel like if I try any incantations at this point, they're not going to be all that great. Lucky thrust into the ground there. So what I'm getting is kind of shoddy reach on these taller enemies. get a quick heal off of that. Alright, fair. Not awful. So I asked for UK Dice Rex on Blue Sky? Yes. Yeah, I was hoping to be put in touch with some UK dice makers just because I'm looking to buy a few sets now I'm doing tabletop gaming. The golden hat stand hits hard. I mean, it hits. I don't know if it hits hard. But then again, oh, we haven't spoken to Melina here? That's wild.
My utmost for bringing here, and thus I shall to farewell.
Potion Maker Co. The dice are very fun. Do you recommend? Cool. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look. Yeah, we're still in the range of 75k to level up, so we're not at like 125 yet or anything, but I'm expecting to do okay here. I'm kind of surprised that we're eating it quite this hard. But I wonder how many enemies around Lanedale have passive holy resistance that I should be aware of. I know that the gargoyles are immune to like statuses. But I don't know how their sacred damage resistance is. Honestly, I feel like the R1 here is it. How's the Barbed Staff plays Elden Pix? It's okay. Like, it's not clicking with me quite yet. Especially having just done the Banished Knight's Halberd playthrough. I think I just need to find what works with this. And it's not the weapon skill as far as I can tell. Like, the Ash of War on this is unique, but kind of awkward. Like, it doesn't do a ton of damage. It does some, and it does it from range very easily, but it looks like it should do a lot more than it actually does, if you get me. Got a little bit comboed there, but we're okay. Yeah. Obviously, Godfrey's immune to bleed as well, and this thing should be bleeding. Likewise, the gargoyle outside would have been immune to bleed too. Yeah, roll and poke, it's okay. He's gonna follow up, yep. Just gonna drink here instead. Drink there, just stay on the safe side. Back off and shoot. Oh, interesting. Didn't think we were doing as much poise damage as all that, but I guess we did. Asher Ward possibly keeps poise build up? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's a good way of, like, keeping them busy at range. I guess that could work. We're going to stick more in endurance just so I can start wearing some better armor, and we'll have to get some better armor from somewhere. But right now we've got Alberex bracers and, like, some not very good pants. Obviously we can put a few of these talismans back on if we want to. Viridian Amber is going to be probably our best for now. Unless we go do... if we go to Lanedale Catacombs and try and get the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. I think I might still have some runes I can crush, but there's lands between runes. They're valuable, but not quite going to get me to the next level. Right, so this is the one where we have to be a little bit aware of our surroundings, not kill anything as we go through, drop down the ladder and get the oh, why am I crouched? Dang it, I hate that. Yeah, this is the dungeon that tricks you into thinking you've come around to the same place. But if you don't kill this Omen, it's actually fine. I think you go around these two. And this one, we got the second Omen looking at the first one. And I'm like, nothing to do with me, Gov. And then if you go around here... No, it's not here, okay. Well, you hop down this one then. Go up towards this. This is the third loop. Yeah, it has a flower there. And then I think as you go down this way, do you hop down here? Here again, I can't take this. No, maybe it's you you hop down behind where you jump down here. Which part of the run is this? We're gathering talismans and then we're going to go and fight Morgott in Lanedale. Is it this way? No, it's not like a hidden wall thing. I forget exactly how this one works. We've only been here a couple of times on stream. I don't do, like, full run-throughs with every single weapon here, so... that's not the way we go. Is it this one? Oh, it's you. Hello. Is it like back this way and down a ladder or something, I feel like. Yeah, this doesn't do great against stone enemies. Alright, yeah, here it is. Then you go around to the right here, you pull the lever there. you already chat about Night Rain? We talked about it briefly on the previous stream. I think there's really a whole lot to say about it yet, because aside from it being like a cool concept, I don't really know a whole lot about the game. Okay, got a little bit of damage out of that one while we could. Obviously, bleed build up is our enemy in this one. Ow. No, God. Oh, God. That's so much damage spam. Little intense for me. I was kind of hoping the dogs would just run into the arcs from the weapon art. I can't really do a whole lot with incantations in my Sacred Seal yet, but I think after this we'll probably go and get the requisite items to start leveling that up. In the meantime, we can probably just spam this. Hold it down for a little while. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was hoping to happen, was that the dogs would take care of themselves, and then I could just go in with the staff doing stabs. There you go. See, that's the results I'm hoping for from this thing. And then that gives us Lord of Bloods, which is going to be helpful if this thing bleeds as fast as it did in that fight. Cool. It's a good start, at least. So we've got Carrion Filigree we can maybe swap out if we're not going to use the weapon art as much. We have Spear, Talisman, Two-Handed Sword, Lord of Bloods, and yeah, now we can head back up to Erdtree Sanctuary and go fight Morgott, and then we'll be able to get to the mountain tops where we can get the bell bearing for +5s and 6s. And at that point we should be able to do a ton to improve our incantation capacity. Well, I've only got, speaking of capacity, I've only got room for 2 memory slots, but I think I'm going to stick with these incantations and then maybe get some buffs. So we'll only need maybe 1 or 2 more. Let's continue leveling Faith, because that continues to level the damage, and like Dex and Strength aren't doing as much. If anything, I might put more into Strength so I get some more physical resistance, but again, I can improve that with armor. Let's see how we do against Black Knife Assassin. We are on bullying them in the corner kind of mode. Okie doke. We might as well grab Blessing of the Erdtree, because we are a Faith build this time. But it's Morgotting time. And this is going to be an interesting one, because Morgott has a lot of spacing attacks. He kind of zones you a little bit, but this thing does have a good thrusting range, so we'll see. Looks like we're about to hit people with a chandelier on a stick. Yes.
Graceless, tarnished.
Got a lot of graces, actually. More than you. I've got some in the lands beyond as well, the Land of Shadow.
With these thrones? Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies, Mikola and Malenia. General Radahn, Praetor Rykard, Luna Princess Rani.
Just described my ideal dinner party.
Traitors, all. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Such a dramatic entrance for a sword, isn't it?
Meager grave.
Average friend group, yeah.
Felled by King Morgott, last of all kings.
Alright. It's Morgott. Let's go. No Melon to summon this time. They're both swinging around each other so far. First blood to him. Yeah, I think I have not got enough physical defense. So I possibly need to compensate that with either more vigor or more better armor. I'm trying to think where we can get some good armor at, like, short notice. There's a couple of just straightforward, easy to get sets. Stick looks very slow. It is. But then there are a lot of very slow weapons that also hit very hard, so we are seeing how well we can do with that. Maybe we'll start with the Ash of War this time, since we don't have to worry about his attacks starting so close. I've got one of those too. Except mine actually hits you. He's spinning like a top. Get away from this one. Okay, the Ash of War still bleeds. That's important.
Such we cannot bear. Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
It's a ranged bleed weapon. And I wasn't ready to convert that. I was not anticipating the follow-up. Didn't proc Lord of Bloods. I probably wasn't close enough. There's a radius around you. The blood loss has to happen in that vicinity, according to the description. Blood loss in vicinity increases attack power. I think, honestly, sometimes Lord of Bloods doesn't proc when you're fighting Fire Giant because Fire Giant is too tall. I think that's the way it works. Merlin, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Really appreciate it. Thank you. So that's something to remember about Jory's Inquisition. It either still increases or actually it holds on to the amount of bleed damage you've already done, maybe. But, like, looking at it, you see a little... You see a little blood coming off of him. when one of the arcs hits. So I guess it is doing bleed damage still. There we go. Alright. So I think I'm getting a grip on this. I still think I'm taking too much damage, which is unfortunate, but... We could also get some of the talismans that boost, like, physical resistances. Once we get to Farum Azula, especially, we could get one of those. Yeah. It's starting to work for me. I feel like potentially Shard of Alexander will help with the weapon art as well. Like, it might be worth getting more in Mines just to have a bit more juice to play with. It's also got range, but not that much range. And I need to be aware of how much stamina it uses. Every time, dude. Didn't think I was going to get that in time. Still actually kind of surprised by how little we got from that. Oh.
Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, got hit while I was changing flasks there. That was a mistake. Yeah, unfortunately, none of the Ash of War arcs are going to do extra hits based on position either. So, like, you can't stand next to him and have them all hit him. Like, only a few of them are going to hit. It actually works better if there's multiple enemies. It's actually kind of a mixed crowd control kind of skill. I also imagine it's not doing a ton of damage to Morgott because he'll have quite high Holy Resist. Okay, we got to bleed out of that one. When he does this, I feel like I need to run in and get a couple of extra hits on the cheap.
Thy part in this shall not be forgiven.
A flurry of blows. Alright. This one we got. If you see him prepping a ranged attack, get him with the zap. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm starting to get a feel for this. It's not the ideal weapon. It's not super versatile, but I think it'll do the job. Ash only deals damage every 4th arc if used on one enemy. Yeah. Which is still not bad considering how much range it covers. Like, it's a very long range spell. The damage isn't too bad. And the amount of spread that it has means it's quite easy to hit stuff without 100% accuracy.
The only way and become my purpose, so I'd like to the flame then and guide you.
It's not like
Shall I let my hand share them with me?
I'm gonna start putting points into vigor again. It's not like Comet Azure is what I'm thinking of. It's not Comet Azure where it's got to be kind of pinpoint accuracy, you know? Yeah, we'll put 2 more into vigor just to stay on the safe side. I'm trying to think armor set wise what we can do. Honestly, I might just go back to like Weeping Peninsula and see if I can get anything good out of the iron set. It won't be perfect, but it'll be better than the stuff I have now. Like, if I buy these, like, probably these as well. That's got to be better than these, right? Yeah, in terms of physical resist, it's like about twice as much. In terms of magic resist, it's less. But, like, compare details. Yeah, I think it's worth the trade-off, just for the amount of physical damage that I'm currently taking. I also don't have a helmet, but I'm also fine not having a helmet. The Messmer Soldier helm I don't think looks great. But yeah, like, armored up a little bit more, I think we should be okay. We're still definitely a medium roll, right? Hang on. Equipment, there we go. Yeah, we're like, easily a medium roll. That's fine. So, back to Lanedale, back to Avenue Balcony, off to Mountaintops, and then we'll start looking into leveling the Sacred Seal as well. And honestly, I should just go and get Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. It's not like we have to invest any more faith in order to use them. Did we fight the thing here already? I think we did. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. Well, this thing surely has a lot of resistance to Sacred, so... It's like, oh, I have one of those too. Pancaked. Flattened. Fortunately, we're okay. To have resistance to being stabbed with a chandelier? Well, everything has a slight weakness to that. They still take damage. I am concerned about how we fare with this weapon versus Radagon. But we will give it our best. He's definitely going to repel all of the projectiles. He's going to parry those. So I think we have to have roll and poke strats at that point. We have to just be doing more of this. And considering that this is a faith-based bleed weapon, possibly the worst thing to fight Radagon with. I think maybe we want to start leveling strength and dex just to see if we can get the physical damage of the weapon up. That may be the play. Doesn't Maliketh have really high holy resist too? Probably, yes. I think a lot of the end game bosses just do. Imagine doing nothing while a guy runs up to you with a very sharp candlestick. That's the thing. This is the precursor to the cranial vessel candle stand. If we want to talk about, like, weapons that look like lighting options for the home. Because the cranial vessel is going to be, I think, a colossal weapon, but is very, very funny to use. Also, just realized we don't have a great rune active yet, so we could maybe consider that. I think Godric's might be the best option just because we have low strength and dex. So maybe we'll go back to Limgrave Divine Bridge and get that active before we go to Mountaintops. Just to give us the edge. A few candles short of an Advent display, yes. It's actually Elden Ring Menorah. Willkommen aus Verbotenland. Let's rest here. And then go back to Limgrave. We basically always get the Tower Bridge Grace because I use it on the way up into Stormvale. To give me a bit of a break from dodging all of the ballistas and stuff. So the golems here should have no chance. Because they're still pretty early game guys. Realised I was locked onto the one behind him there. Oh, there we go. Ah! Let's rethink this slightly, shall we? Okay, the arrow golem actually saved me from getting hit worse there, I think. There we go. That's how I expected that to go. What's up, Otto? Welcome in. And, yes, welcome to the Elden Ring A-Z, where I try and beat this game with every weapon in alphabetical order. Barbed Staff-Spear is giving us some interesting challenges, but I think we're making our way through it. Always bite the ankles. Sounds interesting. Yeah, it's been a riot so far. Yeah, we don't want the scarab headpiece. Actually decreases our damage resistance. I don't want to look like a bug. I'd rather look like a wizard. Keeps the blindfold as well, which is kind of similar to Barb's origins as a prophet. Although the Prophet Blindfold has so little physical resistance, it's kind of hilarious. Never tried Elden Ring, too difficult, I'll stick to watching it. That's fair. It's not for everybody. I've got to the point now where I understand this game a lot better, and so it's getting easier for me, but there are still some pretty challenging playstyles and weapons, because this is the first spear-type weapon. I mean, it's a great spear as well, so it's not quite as fast as a regular spear, and probably can't be used in tandem with a shield as easily as well, but I haven't tried that yet, so maybe that's something to keep in mind. Like, if I equip this... Oh, I can block and poke at the same time. Maybe that's how we have to go for Radagon. Either way. We have the Great Rune now. We have the Forbidden Lands Grace, which we will head back to. I like researching games more than playing. Every time I try playing, I fail like 8 times. Yeah, that's fair. I think it's fun to just be somebody's guy in the chair for games like this, especially, you know? Like, if people streaming it have, like, questions about the lore, about where to find items and stuff, it's always nice to have chat Googling stuff for you, or opening the wiki or whatever, so you can concentrate on playing the game whilst they keep an eye on where you can get certain things. It's my job every time my friends play something. Fun, I like that. You're like a support character. People underestimate how fun the guy in the chair role really is. Some people just aren't suited for it. That's the thing. Some people just want to be the hero of the story. But as people are finding out in all of the kind of arena shooters and stuff like that, like the support class definitely has its place in games. Certainly does in like D&D. Think about like bards and clerics, and they're capable of dealing a lot of damage, but they're also meant to be the glue that holds the team together, you know? Just gonna rest here so we lose aggro on this guy. And we need to equip our rune, because we have that now. We might as well use it on mountaintops. I don't think I'm going to fall to my death, at least. Hope I'm not going to fall to my death. Right. Up to mountaintops we go. You a cleric main? Nice. Yeah, clerics can do some damage. I mean, you look at Eberron Guy's cleric character in the campaign that I play in on Twitch. Oh, there's another place we could get a potential armor set. We could just kill Shabriri for Yura's armor. Okay, we got there in the end. Had to do that dance for a while, but eventually we figured out the steps. Hop off this rock. Down into the cellar we go. Thinking of asking for monetary compensation for my friends. You're like, at least pay me for my hard work. Okay, so we got that now. We haven't done Raya Lucaria crystal tunnels, so potentially we could go and get the bell bearing from there. Really depends. Yeah, I kind of need some of these, because I can get 5s and 6s now, but I don't have any 4s. So maybe we should go and do Sealed Tunnel and Crystal Cave as well. Yeah. Just so we got enough. Just so we got enough. Love the light domain cleric the most so far. Is it just like healing and revival stuff? What I am the Spearman? The Spearwoman. This is Barbara Ann. Or Barb for short. You can see why. Love playing support both in games and for my friends. Yeah, I think Twitch chat is also a great, an underrated and unsung support role. Alright, sealed tunnel is going to be nice and straightforward. We're just here for the bell bearing in the chest because... Alright, we're just going to run up over that ladder. Oh, we got some more greaves. Nice. Yeah, with this we're going to... by the 3s and 4s, we'll already have a means to get all the 5s and 6s, so we don't need to worry about trying to get any of those from in here. And I suppose the main academy gate's not going to help, is it? Because it won't get us down to the right level. Yeah, I guess we just have to go from here. Vulcan Militia hat would go hard, or Renala's hat would like the pointy section. Can you ask me a question about Elden Ring? You can ask, for sure. I don't know if I'll be able to answer it, but... Details on this game are so pretty, I want to draw it. Yeah, there's a lot of... great inspiration for art in this. Like, I've used this as inspiration for Minecraft builds. Like, my whole Empires Season 2 base was bits of Limgrave, bits of Lanedale. Recently started playing the game. Do you need to adjust yourself to 60 FPS? I have 144 hertz monitor. It just doesn't feel smooth. I mean, the game isn't super heavily optimized, I don't think, for higher frame rates. But, I mean, I play the 60 FPS and I don't struggle too much. Like, in terms of the settings and stuff that we've got here. I don't know. Like, I think there are some places where the game will naturally chug just because it's under a lot of load, so... Yeah, also depends on hardware. You'll probably find mods out there that will help you fix some of the visual stuff if you struggle with it, but the modding community in this is unfortunately forced to play offline because of there being PvP stuff in this game, and your world being something that other people can jump in and out of if you open it up to multiplayer, so I believe it is the case that you have to play offline if you're using a modded version of the game, otherwise you can get your account potentially banned from online play for a while. Elden Ring tool gives you little lighting glitches here and there, but you can unlock FPS with it. There you go. Honestly, you get little lighting glitches in the base game, so I'm not worried too much about that. Just gonna charge our way through here, not worry too much about the other stuff in the walls, because we can buy most of it now. And we'll be able to buy more of it after the boss fight in here. Get wrecked. How does that work with the co-op mods? Is the world offline? You connect essentially via local domain? You connect just via Steam multiplayer. It kind of rewrites the way multiplayer works. And removes all of the fog walls and stuff that prevent you from going out into adjacent areas with the built-in co-op for the game. Hello? Who's that guy? Game is basically the same but without Ensha and the multiplayer stuff, yeah. Right, so we absolutely don't need to chug flask here, but let's do it anyway. Also, I have no idea how much poise damage this inflicts. Although it obviously does depend on you hitting the target, so... There we go. Cool. That's bell bearings for 1 and 2. And I picked up a couple of identity discs on the way. Alright, let's go out to Round Table Hold, buy some smithing stones, level up the finger seal, and go from there.
I've decided I'm off in... We may not... If there's any...
So, as far as Corrin's stuff, we can go and see Gold Mask. And I think he gets another spell at that point. Oh, we also have Nepheli in here.
I've not seen you. I am here by decree. Pleasure's mine. I wonder if he's in his study. If you haven't already. Father is, I'm sure, talking. It's about, I'll see you again.
Bye. Yeah, we're probably not going to do too much of the other quests and stuff. So we have these to hand in. And we can buy... I don't know if I've actually leveled this up yet, but it's pocket change at this point. Who cares? We'll get to 12 on each of those. And now we're running into cash flow issues. Fortunately, I have a Lord's Room, so we're good. So we need 12 of them, 12 of these. And that should be the finger seal up to plus 18. It's like a really modern take on a Christmas tree on the end of a really long pole. Yep. That's the general vibe.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
Yeah, I think I'd already upgraded it to plus 1 with some smithing stones that I had before, but... Okay, we're at plus 19 then. So now we need to start collecting 7s, and we'll just do that at Farum. I don't think we need to do too much in the meantime. We can go up here to get Flame Grant Me Strength. So we'll go to Gate Town North and ride to Eastern Tableland from there. Obviously, Golden Vow is on Mount Gelmir. I'm wondering if it would be worth getting the... It's funny, there's a couple of the mixed physic tiers that could work really well for this Ash of War in tandem, because one gives you infinite FP and the other one gives you infinite stamina for a short duration. And just being able to like hold the staff aloft and constantly cast the arc thing might be kind of funny. But I think most bosses would just have a response to it after a while. It wouldn't work on like Radagon or Elden Beast really. But like anything that could be vaguely staggered by it would actually get crushed. Do I have Holy Damage tier already? No, I have the Faith Not Crystal tier and the Dex Not Crystal tier on right now. Is the Holy Damage one the one here in Liurnia that you get from the Erdtree avatar, or do you get that from a different place? I forget which one it is. Because you get one gets you like magic, fire, and something else. Think it's here? Okay, cool. Maybe I'll go and get that in a minute then. I think you can drop down to that fight from up by the Shibriri Tower, the Frenzied Flame Village. Yeah, there's 3 in that spot. I just couldn't remember if that was one of the 3. I know the Magic Shrouding Crystal tier is part of it. I think the Fire one is as well. Oh, wait, I'm going to the wrong place anyway, because Flame Grant Me Strength is in Caelid. I always confuse the two, because we get Flame Cleanse Me from here, and we get Flame Grant Me Strength from Fort Gale. Should you get Elden Ring DLC at level 100? You'll quickly find that level doesn't matter entirely. Like, people are... people were, like, in the process of... leveling up to like absurdly high character levels for the DLC and still got crushed because the DLC has its own way of scaling your character that is like obviously your character build still matters, but it's less focused on acquiring runes and everything. Got crushed at level 175, new game +4. Well, new game +4 will do that to you because yeah, then they're going to be doing like multiples of the damage they would typically do. But, yeah, the thing to be aware of is, the, Shadow Tree scaling thing. Oh, forgot about that one. All right. Yeah, Holy Shrouding cracked it. Nice, okay. Well, at least we have that now. That's probably going to do better than the Dex tier did. It isn't like a charged skill either, I don't think. It's more like a hold to use rather than like a charged skill. So Godfrey icon won't help. Yeah. So let's go to Fort Gale from Rockview Balcony. Let's go to Mount Gelmir. We'll talk to Alexander while we're there, and then we can... It's this way, right? Oh, wait, no. I'm turned around. It's over there. Yeah, the Fire Giant fight should go okay, but we have the option of getting Alexander for that, and then we can also get Golden Vow while we're there. And just having a little buff routine before we go into a fight is going to potentially give us the edge. Who would win, Eldritch Abominations or a candlestick-looking thing? We're about to find out. Consecutive hits work for it? Maybe. So maybe like Rotten Winged Sword Insignia or something. Does involve doing the Millicent quest a little bit. But then it's also not like... It's not as rapid fire as it looks, right? Like, I could do a little bit of testing of that, maybe, but... The other thing about killing Millicent to get the Millicent's prosthesis early is that we'd also be able to get the talisman that enhances incantations from Gowry. Because he only gives you that once Millicent's dead, I think. Alright, we got that now, so that's useful. Warp away. Up to Erdtree Gazing Hill. We'll do Seawater Terminus and then come back around. We can get the other canvas talisman already by going to Celia Crystal Tunnel, because that's just in a chest somewhere. Get wrecked. Hello. Give us a wave. We also don't have enough golden seeds to flask yet, but we will once we get to this bit, and there's another golden seed on the way. Right here, in fact. So I think we now have 4, which means that we're owed another flask. I wonder how many other great spears there are. Seems like a bulky and awkward kind of weapon. I think even colossal weapons have that rolling R1 that makes them really handy in a fight that I feel like isn't quite as fast when you're using it on weapons like this. Vikes, at least? Yeah, I think it's Vikes and it's one other, but I forget what it's called. Serpent Hunter is... yeah. Serpent Hunter is a very unique weapon, though, I feel like. It's a very different kind of thing. I don't know if we'll ever get to Vike's War Spear, considering it's in the V. We'll do our best, though. Right, we're going to probably avoid fighting Magma Worm here. And just go talk to Alexander.
I hardly think I've been take it. And I won't be haps as an old above the law.
Alright, bye. Good job, Torrent. Now the question is, can we make it to where Golden Vow is from this direction? I don't think you do. I think we do have to follow the Road of Iniquity path. Yeah, this is kind of awkward, but... you get up to Volcano Manor, you drop down. It's going to be worth doing, so... Can be a long wait. Yeah, that'll be the year 2031 or something. I'd say we're averaging 1 playthrough per week, considering that a couple of these weapons really took like 2 streams to play through the game fully. I think this one is not going to be finished today, but we'll see how we get on. We're basically at the Fire Giant fight now. That's the next major boss. Yeah, Fire Giant and then Farum Azula. That's really the way we're headed. What is next? You had a list but lost it. Next weapon is Bastard Swords, and then Bastard Stars. Followed, I think, by Battle Axe, which is the default starting weapon for the hero. So I'm thinking with that one we might make it fun by doing like an all remembrances or all bosses playthrough or something like that. Something that makes it like heroic, you know? And if you want the list, it's pretty easy to find. You just go to the Elden Ring wiki and then go find the weapon comparison table and sort it alphabetically. Do I get Golden Vow if I just carry on that way? I'm actually not certain. Oh, I think we do, right? That's where you get Golden Vow. That's actually like... That's what we should be doing. Almost jumped off the cliff there. Looking forward to the Beast Claw one. They're so much fun. Yeah, no, I'm going to have a riot with that one. I have a character all planned out and everything. Missed me. Because here we get invaded, yeah. Anastasia the Tarnished Eater makes her somewhat triumphant return. Help, I'm getting comboed. Help. Okay, fine. I'll take it. So, back to mountaintops then, huh? I guess I didn't get far enough into mountaintops to pick up a grace, but that's fine. Wiki says Corpse Stench Shack. Yeah, it's about which route you take to get there. I feel like normally I approach it from the opposite side because I'm at Volcano Manor. So I like go down past Volcano Manor to get the tear from the ulcerated tree spirit fight, and then I jump off the bridge there, and that takes me back around to where we just were. So, since I don't think the Golden Arc's spells are going to do too much... Actually, I should really keep them on me, shouldn't I? Because we can just go and get an easy memory stone from here, have the buffs ready. This one is super easy to get. So is the second one, really. And we can buy one from Round Table Hold, actually. That'll be faster. So we got this. This. There we go. It's like, where is he? He's here somewhere. There's also the one from the tower in Liurnia that you can just get up to by parkouring with the horse. That you're supposed to solve the puzzle with an emote, but I don't think we'll need 3 slots. I think we can manage with just 2. Unless I wanted to get Elden Stars or something. But that'd involve going to Deep Root, which is a whole side hassle. A side hustle and a side hassle. So I'll buy the other one from Round Table Hold, from the Twin Maidens. I might spend the rest of these on Rune Arcs while I'm here. And then, yeah, we'll see how we do against Fire Giants. We'll at least get the other 2 Sacred Tears while we're here as well. One thing I like about this weapon is how much the color persists even when you change environments. It's such a vibrant looking weapon. It kind of reminds me of the same metal that's in the Anvil Hammer. I think that has a really strong, like, gold and orange glow to it. It's another weapon that has a little bit of faith scaling in it. Not as much as this does, though. On a clearer day, we'd be able to see the Golem Archer a little better. But for now, we know he's there, so we can just pause here and keep on going. I don't think we'll worry about getting extra smithing stones here as well. I think we'll just go straight for the Sacred Tears and for the Fire Giant fight, because this staff is now completely leveled up. Or, well, it's not a staff spear. It's more a spear than a staff. But this is already at plus 10 Somber, so we don't need to worry too much about the incantations. We're only going to get that to plus 24 maximum anyway. We'll do that after Godskin Duo. Godskin Duo is another boss that I'm absolutely not certain how their sacred resistance is. They feel like they should have a fair bit because they're using Black Flames, so they've already got a lot of faith, but Pelticable, I assume that's how that's meant to be pronounced. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Well, Pelty Cable, even. I see it's capitalized differently in the username in chat. Either way, thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you had a great stream. What were you playing? You playing Elden Ring? We are currently on the mission to complete the game with the Barbed Staff-Spear, which is the 18th weapon in the Elden Ring A to Z. A list of weapons in alphabetical order. We're about to ignore a dragon. And from here, we need to hop up onto this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. We had steered a little bit too far to the east. as one does. Spoken words of Queen Marika linger here as well. Interesting that this one up here on the mountaintops is the first Church of Marika. Sort of wonder what that means for Marika's entry into the Lands Between, if this was just, like, the first place that she, like, conquered or whatever. I know, obviously, the war with the fire giants happened here, but... Here's the other Great Spear Haver. The Great Spear Haver has logged in. Started around with an astrologer. Have no idea what to build or items to get. Oh yeah, astrologer is fun. We've done a couple of astrologer runs in this series of playthroughs already. Are you familiar with the game already? Had you played through and you're just like starting a new astrologer run, or did you start the game for the first time? Because you made just under 30 hours. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is later on in the game, so if you want to avoid spoilers, you might want to look away. Although, spoilers is weird in this game. It's more about, like, what the bosses are and how they function as set pieces is the spoiler, rather than anything, like, plot-related, because the plot doesn't make any sense, so... But, yeah, we're currently in the snowy biome and headed towards a really big boss fight. You're fine with the spoilers? Alright, well, enjoy what you're about to witness, because I may die quite a lot. Carry and slice your way to the DLC and get Knight's Lightning Spear easy game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using that spell at some point, but I probably won't get it for a while. We considered putting it on this character, but I think a few people were concerned that it was going to take away from the character of the weapon itself, because I just end up spamming one spell. So we're going to walk up to the church here, fight Okina, which hopefully should go okay if the fight with Anastasia was anything to go by. Cancel me out of my physic flask. How dare he! Dang it. Okay. Hadn't waited for him to finish spawning in. The good thing about this weapon versus Okina is that I have much more range than he does, so when he rolls to get in close, he's leaving himself pretty open, and when he rolls to avoid me, he doesn't have as much range to do a slash, so probably going to do pretty well against Okina. Nice. Clean fight. Watch so many Pixar's Elden Ring streams and the lore would still be almost entirely new if I were to ever play this, but then again I forget to pay attention to games. Yeah, that's fair. It's all about the gameplay with this one anyway. Like, you don't need to worry too much about what's happening. Things that quote-unquote happen in this quote-unquote game. The only lore is the Anvillin's Reign and Rats. Yes. Both of those, very important to this experience overall. Bit weird that you have to roam around and there's really no guidance, or then I just can't see it. I know about the grace and how to follow it, but other than that, no. So the advice I will give you is, if you get to the point where you fight a really big boss, this map is very large, by the way. If you get to the point, like with Morgott the Fell Omen, for example, you might have come across him if you've gone up towards Stormvale. Before you do that, explore everything else in the green area. Before you get to the point where you're fighting like the end boss of an area, try and do everything else, because then at least you will have had enough opportunities to fight bosses, learn the playstyles, gather other spells and whatnot, and then yeah, you'll be able to level up and make subsequent fights a lot easier. Just killed Morgott? Nice, very nice. I am confident that you will do well in Stormvale, then. Stormvale is an interesting one, though, because once you know the direct route through it, you can get through the dungeon and fight the final boss really easily. But there is, like, easily 10 or 15 hours worth of exploration in that dungeon, depending on how often you die. I feel like you could probably clear it in a couple of hours if you know what you're doing and you're good, quote-unquote. But I definitely spent, like, multiple long play sessions in Stormvale the first time through. Okay. Let's see how this goes for us, yeah? I still haven't put the Holy Crack tier on this, so we might not be getting the best damage out of the Holy attacks, but we'll do our best. And my best involved completely forgetting to jump off the horse. Okay, cool. Let's get in here and get in close. Nice. Don't know how much extra we're going to be able to get from a crit here, so let's just aim for the bleed. Ouch. Okay, we got Giant's Flames. So funny that he rolls the way the player does, right? Rolling is just the best way of doing anything in this game. Okay, we got him to phase 2 with that. Amazing. Oh god, and the golden arcs were still flying. This is the bit where having this skill comes in kind of handy, I guess. Because we can deal damage regardless of the situation. Provided that the attacks land near him. Nice. Alright, you. Mistimed the roll on that one, but that's fine. Okay, not bad. Sorry for the unfortunate view here. Oh, ouch. Okay, this could be me dead. Okay, managed to avoid that, thankfully. Alright, let's try for another one of these. No, dude. Come on. Oh, Okay, try and run in. I really don't like it when the Giant's Flames are out. Oh, because this happens. And then I get rolled on. Oh. Dang it, dude. We were out of flasks. There was nothing I could do there. Not bad for a first attempt, though. Wandered accidentally into Caelid. Was like, that's a weird bird. I think I can take it. It seems I could not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Caelid is like that. A lot of stuff in Caelid really wants you dead. And it's sometimes a little tough to deal with. So we'll put Golden Vow, Flame Grant Me Strength, and then we'll add these two in here. But I'm obviously not using them as much. We'll also change the Dex Knot tier for the Holy Shroud. Did I do that right? Or did I just change the Faith one? I can't. Yeah, okay, just move them around. Alright, that's fine. Also need to use a Rune Arc since we have them, and since having that active probably gave me a little bit of extra oomph with some of those attacks. But that's not a bad start. We can always summon Alexander if we are struggling with this one. I'm fine with using NPC summons, especially on weapons that I'm less confident with. This is the 18th playthrough, so we might as well. Oh, cool. He's not even going to start with that. Nice. Oh, he's going to do it now? Okay. Well, fortunately, I was ready to jump off the horse that time. Okay, those all missed, I guess? Cool. Yeah, it's a range thing. He's too big, and they're not landing because... he's actually too far away. Unbelievable. He's like that large. Ow, okay. Okay, we're gonna re-up the flask. And I might quickly manage a couple of these. Yeah, I was right there and I couldn't see it. Managed to roll under that, which was nice. Okay, cool. I think we avoided the fire damage there. Just about. Okay, we're not quite close enough for that one. Let's try again. Okay, yeah, that's working. Okay, I think we took out both the Giant's Flames there, so that works. Aiming for a big bleed with this, if we can get one, but not that hopeful, I guess. Alright, you. Oh, rough. Need to get out from behind him here, otherwise I'm gonna take a massive hit from something. Oh, come on. Oh. Don't get up. Oh, dang it. Sometimes if you're far enough outside of that radius, he'll miss you as you get up, but the character just got up on its own, which is annoying. Alright. Alright, one more. One more and I think we'll be good. I think maybe I need to be a little bit more precise with the weapon art here as well. Like I can get closer to him without risking taking damage and guarantee that the weapon art hits, because it is doing a fair bit and it will proc bleed eventually. I also need to buff sooner, I think. Well, obviously it takes a bit of a ride up to get to him, so I think we'll go here. Probably shouldn't have taken that so soon, but alright, cool. He's not giving us the snowplow opener. Okay, I didn't think he was rolling that time. I don't like where he's standing right now. Annoying though it is to hang out back here because my buffs are going to wear off. I think I would much rather he actually be in a flat area. Oh, okay, not bad. Ouch. Couldn't see what he was doing. Get rid of that quickly. Oh, only just managed to roll that one. Okay. Whew. Gonna try and get behind him for this. Okay, great. No, I just positioned myself really awkwardly. I guess behind is not necessarily the best thing when he's leaving rocks all over the place there. Well, got a couple more rune arcs we can use. I think if we don't win in the next attempt, I will probably summon Alexander just as a distraction, but I don't know how well that's going to go necessarily. This is by far not the worst time we've had with Fire Giant, though. We've got him down pretty low twice now. I could also manage my FP a little bit better, use the buffs now and then not immediately chug the blue flask. Okay. Good dodge that time. Okay, not bad. Chug this as we go. Torrent took the hit for me there. Thank you, Torrent. Okay, he's coming through. Nice, we got a stagger, we got a bleed. Very good first phase. And once again, I'll try and get behind him for this, because then we dodge most of the other flames. Then I'll try and stay mobile for this part. Okay, cool. That worked better. Now we need to get more maneuverable, because he starts throwing fire. Okay, tripped out of that one. Could have been worse. Ouch. Okay, we got lucky that I didn't take damage from that the second time. Like when he rolled. That could very easily have ended the fight. Okay, I think Torrent just died. Yep, okay. I definitely need Torrent for this fight, I think. Especially when he's throwing these at me. Okay, let's get him back into lock-on. Oh, come on, dude. It's all of these silly spacing problems. Like, it's a little tricky when you don't have faster attacks. And this isn't necessarily a weapon that's well suited for attacking his hands, because it's got quite a slow swing and you want to be able to get in there and do damage before he moves them again. Yeah, Torrent is the name of the horse. Or the spectral steed, because I don't know, do horses have horns like that? Okay, I was too close to the plate that time. Oh, come on. As soon as I disposed of the first one, he cast the second one. Okay, this will get us into phase 2. Ow. Unless I get stomped on first. Okay, cool. Sorry, Torrent. I just cannot. I can't deal with him when I'm not locked onto him. Oh, this is absurd at this point. Okay. Okay, he's going to start fireballing me from a distance here. Yep. Well, we saw that one coming. Okay, now I can get a couple of hits in on the arms. Oh god, I'm so close. Oh, now he's going to do this. Ah, dang it. Okay. Right, we're summoning Alexander for this one just because I keep getting him to like 10% health and then my mistakes keep goofing it up. So I need a buddy for this one. We need the buddy system. Yeah. I'm going to do this one without Runox, I think, at this point, and just bring the summon in. There's just something about these patterns that's just not clicking with this weapon. Like, I can't get in and do solid DPS when he's giving me openings. And then the rest of the time I'm struggling. Oh yeah, I can't use Torrent if I got Alexander, that's fair. Yeah, I'm struggling to find the right opening when I'm like running around trying to avoid his attacks at the same time, you know? That one always hits me when I don't have the horse. There he is. There's the boy. Oh, still forgetting I can't summon Torrent. Will those hit him? No. Amazed how none of those fires actually hit me, but they didn't. The weapon looks so awkward to wield. It kind of is. Oh god. Okay, that's at least hitting. And now he's aiming for Alexander, so I have a slightly better chance of getting in and dealing some damage. Okay, cool. We're getting 2 more Giant's Flames. I also need to be two-handing because that's what all my talismans are set up for, so... Alexander just tanks it like a champ. Oh, amazing. Attack the head. I can't see the eye. Attack the head. I think we got a bleed on that one as well. Yeah, there we go. Alexander the GOAT. Again, just getting the openings you need is so difficult in that fight, so... we'll take it. Yeah. Alright. Time to go see the beasts. We're gonna put at least one more into Vigor, I think. Because I'm still not super happy with how much damage we're taking. Like, we tend to eat the heavy hits. I don't really have much else I can do with that, so... we'll just get to the next area. We'll probably get a couple extra runes or kill a couple of enemies, and that'll give us the cash reserves we need. Or I could go and kill a bird at Mogwin Palace, obviously, but I think we'll be fine. Alexander was forged in the fires of Mount Gilmer. Reforged, even. A hero reforged. Okay. Godskin Duo should be alright, because we'll have Banal to summon. I am not certain how Maliketh is going to go, to be quite honest. I think a lot of jumping attacks, which I haven't done many of with this, but the jumping R2 seems pretty fun. This kind of plunging attack to it. As we usually do at this point, I'm going to let this cutscene play and run to the bathroom. So, yeah, once again, spoilers to anybody who's concerned about that. I'll be back in a second.
The lands between this and death.
But first we have to make sure that we are prepared to commit. Which we
Very
are.
well. Let my hand rest upon you.
Be right back.
O Erdtree, you shall burn. Burn for the sake of the new Lord. Thank you for guiding me here. The one who walks alongside flame shall one day meet the road of destined death. Goodbye.
Hello. We're back. Back to Farum. And, yeah, we'll see how this one does. Barb is back. Water buffalo, yeah. I think I'm going to save the remaining rune arcs I have for... There's what I was looking for. Yeah, so if we scoot through here to the next Grace... Because we're like, we currently can't teleport away, we're trapped, basically. Probably going to die here if they come around the corner, but... Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, that works. That might actually get us enough runes to level up. We're going to go with health. And yeah, I'm going to withhold using more rune arcs until after we're done with the bosses. I think we might save them for the return. Yeah, actually saving my own life there, actually managing to stave off those two beasts is proof that this weapon ain't all bad, I think. I gotta find the combos. I gotta find the stuff that, like a jumping heavy like that seems to land pretty well. Quite reliably. And then can we follow up with something that's going to deal the final blow on some of these guys, you know? That's really what I'm after. That's what I'm looking for. Or is there a jumping heavy into R2? Like, is there anything else like that that we can do? Or does the feint attack work well, you know? Like, can I do something like this? Maybe, we'll see. Oh yeah, we don't need that one. Also, this is a holy weapon, but not one that actually kills the undead enemies outright the way some of them do. But I think that has to be, like, blessed in some way. I think that's how it works. It's a different kind of holy damage. Jump off here. Roll down to this next bit. Just got one banished knight to deal with in the door here. I think we crit this guy. And then we running R2. Stab and then stab again. Nice. And then we're at Godskins. So this one we can buff beforehand. We've only got 10k runes, so a losable amount. I think being able to use ranged attacks on them is going to be nice, although they've got their riposts in the form of those fireballs they like to throw. Yep, So he's not doing a half health bar of damage to me, but he's worryingly close to that. Yeah, he's still rolling. There's no way we were going to survive that even if Apostle didn't kill me. Ain't too bad, though. Could maybe try a couple of the incantations if I've got the FP for them. I mean, that lands, but it's not much damage, is it? That does good damage for bleed, though. Especially considering this guy's MO, in general, is a lot of these, like, wide sweeping attacks. And his, like, helicopter move. Alright, good. As long as Noble doesn't, like, roll on through in a second, we're probably okay. I do like that that move tracks them, though. That's very helpful, actually. Yep, I heard him coming. Figured he'd be here sooner or later. Sorry if it's making you dizzy, chat. Dang it, dude. I'm off my game with this fight. Got to heal before inevitable fireball from Apostle. Alright, Banal, it's your turn. I actually think Banal might be in trouble here unless he's got a heal coming. Nice. Yeah, I think there's that one attack Banal does that's actually a heal. Noble's going to be back, though. Get him, bud. Yes, okay, good. The bleed is good. That got him. Apostle's going to respawn here with, like, 0 health. Banal, what Banal? We did this whole thing ourselves. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Absolutely covered in blood, but we made it. Easy. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad after all. Thank you for the GGs. So, the round table looks a bit different. Ignore that. Great bounce back. Yeah, we manage. Godskin Duo is an easier fight once you're using the summons, and I never begrudge myself using the summons. So we get the Smithing Miner's Bell Bearing. We can finally buy... We'll need 3 of those and then 6 more. So yeah, 9 total. And then we'll need 8 of them. And that should allow us to get the Finger Seal up to plus 24, which is the highest we'll let it get. Roderica's over here still contemplating the life of a spirit tuna, which is a spectral fish. Okay, great. And so now the only way we could upgrade that further is if we break my rule of only upgrading the weapon that we use, like, as the star of the run. Which we are not going to do. So, we need, like, a handful more runes to level up. Yeah, that should do it. This one, I think... We're still getting 3 points of damage out of a faith increase. Whereas we're only getting 1 out of strength and 2 out of dex. But I'm kind of curious if putting 1 into strength increases the amount of physical attack damage we do. By a significant amount. By like 1 point. I'll take it for the defense increase, though. Okay. It's a little dicey in places, this place. Big runes. Okay, thought that was a thrust, but evidently it was not. Still think that's my best combo out of the whole thing, is like running R2 and then follow up with a couple of R1s. I guess the big question is, do we go and get Shard of Alexander, considering how much I'm using the weapon skill? I think the answer to that is yes, but we'll do it once I've got the Rooftop Grace down here, so we don't have to run this back every single time. Alexander helped us so much with the Fire Giant fight, I think it's only right to give him a warrior's send-off. I also need to get better at doing this risky jump over here. I think it's from, like, right here by this dog. You can jump to, like, yeah, this pillar. And that skips the area back there with the two dogs and the other beast man. So we can remember that if we ever feel the need to rush through this place even more. Yeah, that's alright as the combos go. That's not too bad. Ignore that guy. I think I have stone sword keys for this. Evidently I do. Not really been keeping track of how many I had. This weapon is also not that different one-handed versus two-handed. But like I said, if we can get a shield for which the guard and poke strat is going to work reasonably well. Then we might actually be able to get through some of the end game like that. Funny if this was the weapon that actually got me into using shields. Here he is.
City, that aside, doubt of course. Which mean, would you come and tell me? I've been long. You are ready then, I take it? Then let us begin. I am the great Jar warrior, Iron Fist Alexander. Lend me strength.
Tragic.
My thanks. I knew you were the stuff of champions. It was a marvelous battle. I implore you, take what I bequeath from inside me. All vessels are destined for one day.
There he goes. So I think we'll put that on here. And then we'll warp back to Dragon Temple Rooftop, yeah. There's a skip you can do here somewhere. I forget exactly where. But it allows you to skip this whole section with the birds and the dragon and stuff. I feel like on most playthroughs I'm coming this way anyway because I can get both of the Ancient Dragon smithing stones from where the dragon is. I'm getting better at dealing with the birds. Still not the best, but getting better. Thank you for all the 07s for Alexander. That's how it should be taking out these birds. That one's not following me, which is good. Come on. Between the lightning and the birds, I swear, this place is hell. Yeah, it's getting easier to just let them come to you. Stand back. Okay, now I'm standing on almost nothing. Bring it. Like a samurai. Alright, now I'm going to die when I get up. Not quite. I'm just going to run. Oh, no, I'm not. This thing's just going to annoy me otherwise. Okay, well, we did that. And that's the thing we did. Surprised they didn't throw in dogs for fun. Oh, there are dogs here too. They're just not, like, right there. I think the beastmen are also the dogs. Yo, Cyantrell! Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome to the Elden Ring A-Z, a ridiculous challenge in which I'm trying to beat the game with every weapon in alphabetical order. Hope you enjoyed your stream. Hope you're having a good day. Hope I'm not about to die to this guy of all guys. Thank goodness for that. Alright, I'm going to quickly chug flask here. Probably just use this in case I need it, but I don't think I will need it. Squeeze on through here. Avoid this guy. Okay, we're headed for the elevator. An awesome challenge. Thank you very much. It's been fun so far. We're 18 playthroughs in. We're on the Barbed Staff-Spear. This is Barb. And this is her staff spear. We're doing, I'd say, pretty well. We are, yeah, just under 8 hours of playtime. We're at Maliketh now, and this is going to be a fight. I don't know if it'll be a good one. But we at least have some stuff that's going to help us deal a little more damage, so we'll see how this goes. I expect, honestly, having a little extra health is not going to hurt. Kind of the opposite, in fact. It's going to allow us to be hurt a little bit more. But in this case, I think I might chug a flask here. Maybe buff. and see if we can bully the Draconic Tree Sentinel with this. Probably not, actually, because he's not exactly a vulnerable fellow. I was going to say, he has a few ranged moves. I'll eat a fireball to see if that one hits. Okay, now I need more stamina. There we go. This is not the absolute shredding that this enemy takes on other playthroughs. I'll give me that. Yeah. Okay. Binge watched Season 1 Empires and started watching Season 2. Heard it was inspired by Elden Ring. See the resemblance now? Yeah, Yeah, there's some really awesome set pieces in this game. Some incredible environment design. What's up? It's Biff. Welcome in. Alright, let's go again. Gonna chug quickly first. Nice. Okay, that one still hit. Surprised he didn't follow up with the horse fireball. That time he did. Okay, I left myself without any stamina after that one, so I'm glad he didn't have a an AoE on that last move. Okay. That one's slightly better. I sort of knew what to anticipate from that. I'm also wondering if I can maybe get a bit more... Yeah, get a bit more damage resistance out of what I've got now. Definitely an improvement across the board from malformed dragon stuff. I'll take that, especially if we're not wearing a helmet for this character. Good luck with the stream. Hope you get all the good dodges. Thank you. I will try my best. Yeah, two-handing after buffs is something I need to get back in the habit of doing. Looking forward to back-to-back great sort of Radahn runs. What I'm considering doing for that is acquiring both of them, using the Mausoleum to duplicate the Remembrance, and just wielding both. Oh, we're literally, like, we have just enough runes to level. It's 100 and something off. So I think we put that one into strength, because it's giving me as much damage as Faith is, and also gets me another point of physical resist. Potentially another point of physical damage as well. Yes, the golden trousers run. Alright, we'll see how well we do against Maliketh. I might use one of the rune arcs and just leave myself with 5 for the last set of boss fights. I think we can maybe use Jory's Inquisition at the beginning here for the walk up, because he always just runs at you to begin with, right? I don't know how we're going to do once the actual fight starts. That's not going to hit.
Death. I will not have it stolen from me again.
Okay. Yeah, that really does nothing to him compared to some other enemies now. Definitely has a really high holy resist. Yeah. This is going to be a rough end to the game with how little this does. Obviously, we can change it up incantations-wise. We could put some fire damage on some of this, you know. I think I'm okay enough with second phase Maliketh that I'll be able to get through it, but first phase is honestly a little bit difficult to find openings. What inspired me to take on this challenge? I loaded up Elden Ring to play for like the 4th time, and I realized I was just going for exactly the same character build, exactly the same fight style, playing the game exactly the same way. And I thought, there's more to this game than that. And the programmers have obviously put a lot of work into making every weapon feel different, and all of these different ways you can play. And I'm not taking advantage of any of that. And I thought I should change that. Yeah, that does 159 damage to this guy. This bodes well for every other Faith playthrough we have. Honestly, that's the best opening we have now. Is him doing that move. Okay. Hit us on the backswing, I guess. Okay, I've got like 3 flasks left. We haven't even hit second phase yet. There we go, alright. Can't believe he followed up with that after that entire string. Unbelievable. Considering the boss you get from this, I'm surprised the damage is so low overall. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of baffled by that, to be honest. Really love playing this game, but when I was only using the Bloodhound sword, I quit. Yeah, Bloodhound's Fang. I think that's a lot of people's first weapon. I think Grady is using it right now. And it's the weapon that I used to get to the DLC. But then, once we got to the DLC, we have this weapon. And this weapon is not my favorite for endgame. I think it's, honestly, it's proven its worth in other situations, but for endgame, obviously, a lot of stuff has really high holy damage resistance, so we're going to have a bit of a tough time getting through it. This one, honestly, might be one that where I head back to the old strats of getting the Mimic tier and bring another basically fully fledged player into this fight. Unless there's like a summonable Horn-Sent Inquisitor I can get. Because honestly, it'd be quite funny to have one of Jory's little mates summoned for this fight. The other mind-blowing thing is that I'm doing this amount of damage with buffs. This is the amount of damage that would be added by us putting buffs on other weapons, you know? I'm also unfortunately having to favor a set of attacks that leaves me with very little stamina, so anytime he turns around with something like that and I've got no stamina left, it's time to eat a decent chunk of damage. Alright. We're in phase 2. Oh god. Can't believe that attack continued. Okay. We're not going to get any mileage out of Jory's Inquisition now. Oh, dang it. We somehow ended up right in the middle of that one. Okay, now he resets his position because okay, cool, not bad. And I forgot about that one. Well, that's this fight basically over. Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly we just aren't doing high enough DPS because he has such high holy resistance. I mean, this is an absurdly optimized character otherwise. Like, we've got... I mean, this, if we're not doing the skill so much, it's not that helpful. But then, what else am I going to put on here? Ritual swords, get a little bit extra damage. Physical damage negation maybe helps. A little bit of extra stamina also maybe helps. But, like, counterattacks unique to thrusting weapons. We're thrusting. We're two-handing, which means we should be getting a flat 15% damage increase from this, which is the same we would get from something like Ritual Sword Talisman. And, I mean, we're not doing bleed super often, I suppose, because we're not dealing enough damage to build up blood loss very fast. But yeah, this fight is rough with this weapon. I think we are probably going to leave it there for today. And I think maybe between streams I might go and gather all of the stuff that we need for a Mimic tier or something like that. Because, yeah, I don't see myself struggling through this one and getting it done today. I think I need to head off, because it's getting close to 8 o'clock here. I need to go and get some stuff for dinner. So, we're going to leave things there. Merry Christmas from me and Barb. We'll come back after Christmas. I think the first stream back will probably be the Sunday after. So it'll be like the 29th, I guess. We'll probably be back in the office by that point. I'm not certain if I'm going to be streaming or recording or what, but I'll do my best either way to let you folks know. And yeah, we'll be back with more Minecraft, more Elden Ring, the usual kind of stuff, really. But yeah, maybe at that point I will have had a breakthrough with this weapon, or maybe we'll just be summoning our way to the end game. But yeah, back to the strats we had in our original playthroughs. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me before we close our doors for Christmas. And we are going to send the love over to somebody else who's streaming here on Twitch, so it's time to do a raid. The Grace of Gold lighting the studio. Let's see who's out here streaming. Cool. I will send you guys over to... He's been live for a while. He's probably going to end soon. I was going to say KG Hearts and Wine, who's raided us a couple of times. Who's currently on... Oh, he's on Beast Clergyman. That's pretty funny. But he's playing like rune level 1 deathless runs. He's on a new tear. He's had no deaths so far in this one. His PB is 5. It's pretty good. But instead, I'm going to send you folks over to Apothic Decay, who is currently playing Potion Craft. So something a little bit different, but I love the aesthetic of this game. It looks very, very fun. So we're going to send some Christmas humbug over to Becca. Can use your pixel hype emotes and the hashtag pixelraid to show some love. I'll be back with you guys after Christmas. Hope you'll have a wonderful holiday, and I'll talk at you again soon. Take care. Have a good one. Bye for now.